Hey everyone, it's Book Crazy Katie. Today I want to talk to you guys about a review of Wilder Girls by Rory. The novel is about these girls at a military academy in Maine. I think it's Flexler Academy, that were exposed to a toxin that is giving them deformities and also allowing them to end up having new physical abilities. Not supernatural powers, but like new physical abilities such as having both lungs and gills or an extra heart. It's a dystopian novel, so of course there's stuff where the main characters or all the characters are under the idea that set of rules that they're following by, and they learn that things aren't exactly what they seem to be and uncover things. The novel is narrated by Hetty for most of the novel, but you get a little bit that is narrated by her best friend Byatt, but it focuses on Hetty and her group of friends, which is Hetty, Byatt, and Reese. Early on in the novel, Hetty gets appointed to boat shift, which means she gets to leave the school and go and pick up supplies for other girls that are delivered by the CDC and the Navy, such as food and medical supplies. These girls are quarantined at their school until a cure emerges, if a cure emerges for the toxin. Shortly after Hetty ends up getting appointed to boat shift, she discovers that not everything is what it seems to be. Within a couple days, her best friend Byatt ends up having a sick attack. I can't think of a better word, but she starts displaying more symptoms that the tox is really affecting her, and she ends up getting put in an infirmary. She ends up disappearing. Hetty happened to notice that they were taking her body away and was curious what happened and overheard some conversations, so she goes on the search for her best friend. She learns that all kinds of things at the school are not what they seem, and that's as much as I really want to talk too much about the story. I'll say a little bit about the ending in a moment, but non-spoilery kind of stuff about the ending. I listened to the audiobook, and there's two different women that read for both Hetty. You have Hetty's narrator and then you have Byatt's narrator. I thought Hetty's narrator did a really good job of narrating the novel, but I really didn't care that much for Byatt's narrator. I just felt that she sounded very slow and robotic and choppy, and some of it could have been the way that the novel was written, and a little bit of choppy would be fine if it was a little bit more choppy and short and like really fast paced would have been fine. And I think there's like certain portion where Byatt's narration really would have needed that, but I also felt like there were times that she was supposed to be super out of it and not quite sure what's happening around her, and I feel like the woman narrating her voice could have narrated it in a way that it didn't seem like a robot was speaking and put more emotion into the performance. But I still enjoyed it overall. There were times I thought like the book had stopped playing because the pauses were so long in between her statements, and it was really weird. And I listened at like 1.2 times the speed, so not super fast, but faster than normal speed. So it was really noticeable, and wish that they would have gone a different direction with that or chosen a different narrator that would have performed it better. I do want to talk about the ending a little bit. I was both satisfied and dissatisfied with it. And that happens a lot when it comes to dystopian novels, and over time I think I get more comfortable with the endings on a lot of dystopian novels. And I feel like this one tried to do a little bit more ending like a classic one. The ending had strong elements for me. I really liked what happened within the school itself. The thing I didn't really care was for how the ending was, how ambiguous the ending was on what happens with the friendships with Hetty, Reese, and Byatt, and would have just liked to have seen a little bit tighter of an ending for the three of them. the book seemed like it could either be a standalone or there could be a sequel coming for it. And I looked up online on Google last night, and all I saw was like maybe the possibility of a companion novel or companion novels in the future. And it didn't say that outright, but it did say that there wasn't supposed to be a sequel at all for Wilder Girls, but that there probably would be more books set on the same island. My guess is that probably means that it's going to be companion novels. I forgot to mention that Wilder Girls is loosely based off of Lord of the Flies by William Golding, and I can see a few elements of that, but I don't feel like it was super strong, and I do feel like there are some morality questions in Wilder Girls, but it's not quite the same as they are in Lord of the Flies. I feel like Lord of the Flies dealt with how easily people are capable of losing their morality when the rules of civilization completely disappear, or at least that's what I can remember from reading it when I was like 16. Another thing is that people have often, it's supposed to be a queer book and have female representation, and I feel like if somebody's really looking for a strong queer book, I don't feel that this novel necessarily features it very prominently. It seems like between a couple of the main characters, or among the main characters, that there are feelings there, but they're not actively voiced out or shown on page that much. I don't know if I said I gave it 4.5 stars. So I did enjoy the book quite a bit and hope to read a physical version of the book at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed this and hope to see you guys later or hear from you. Until next time, bye!